just trying to make it through this lockdown, trying to be as creative as I can with the stuff that I have. I don't want to spend too much money or think about spending money, really. Now's a good time to save and try to better myself. Finish that novel you've been meaning to write. Finish making that movie. Finish writing that song. Finish taking that new course. Whatever it is that you need to do, now's a great time to do it. Right now, I'm just trying to use what I have, like I said, to improve my filmmaking skills. Try to make better B-roll, make better music for my videos, look for different content, different subject matter. It's always a challenge trying to find that stuff with or without a lockdown. All this footage was shot on my Canon 60D in 1280 by 740, and I slowed it down at varying degrees. When you right-click on your video track in Adobe Premiere and you scroll down the menu to time interpolation, the very last choice should be optical flow. And that'll help your footage look a lot smoother if you don't have 1080 60p or 60p for whatever size frame rate you're shooting at, or 120p or what have you. It can look a little bit weird or messy, but generally, I guess the less complicated the image is, the better it'll look. Probably the shorter it is, the better it'll look too. But here's some good examples of what it looks like. Cleaning the house is definitely a good idea during the lockdown. And filming it, why not? I'm getting lots of different ideas here. But the lockdown really makes you think twice, really makes you think harder, because when you can't leave your home or your immediate surroundings, it really forces you into a creative spot that you wouldn't be otherwise. There are a lot of things around me that I can use for inspiration. Trying new ways to transition from one shot to another. Trying not to rely too much on software for transitions and effects, but my own creative techniques in camera. A lot of YouTubers I've watched are doing the same thing. A lot of filmmakers are using this time to learn more, to use their cameras in ways that they may not have otherwise. I mean, why bother going to buy new equipment? Now's not really a time to be buying new equipment with Amazon being slower and a lot of the personal protective equipment going through the couriers and mail and stuff like that. So some things my cameras aren't good at really are slow motion. So I'm trying really hard to just hold my cameras more steady and to try to use every trick I can think of, like Adobe Premiere's optical flow, to help things look a little smoother. They can look a little fudgy, but I think as long as you don't push it too much, as long as the shot isn't too tricky, I guess, not too much going on, then the artificial intelligence shouldn't have too much of a hard time. Some other things I'm looking forward to doing after the COVID-19 lockdown would be to get out of the house and to try to find some other interesting places to shoot besides around my house. Places I haven't gone to before. Places I haven't been to before. Other places I have been to before, and I remember, like in Halifax with the rolling hills, I would love to get some beautiful shots with my new camera once I have it. But I'm not going to buy a new camera until I'm pretty sure I've figured out these ones and exhausted every last little bit of creativity I can squeeze out of them. But I'm not going to buy a new camera until I've squeezed every last bit of creativity that I can out of these cameras. I have a feeling this G40 is pretty much done for though. I tried doing some stuff with my kid doing an oil change and it didn't really turn out very well. I won't even bother showing you that. I might make another video later where I go over some of the problems with trying to make a cinematic video with a Canon G40 or pretty much any video camera like this. The Canon G40 has a slightly bigger sensor than a lot of camcorders and cell phones, so the image doesn't look quite so terrible. But even still, the blacks are way too crushed. The highlights are way too overblown when you're trying to look into a dark area and the outside window or something is showing through. You just can't recover those highlights.